Anyway, sorry.
No.
My headphones died apparently at some point.
Oh,
That
great.
sucks.
Uh,
Well, obviously you're back, so.
yeah.
You get the impression that they just don't want us to make this particular podcast. Someone out there just doesn't want it to happen.
It turns out it's our future selves trying to do the same thing as in the actual episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. This week, after a couple of weeks away for reasons I really don't want to go into, because I'd like to remain sane for at least the next 2 hours, we are looking at the Ninth Doctor story, Father's Day. And when I say we, I mean we. Because I'm joined by 3 co-hosts tonight. Yes, count them, 3. Firstly, to my virtual left, just call him the Shiny Hunter, it's Freezing Inferno.
What? Shiny Pokemon? I haven't caught a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, sure, Jay.
I know
Yeah.
where you both live.
I totally have.
I like shiny.
You know exactly where I live because a parcel was delivered to my house, which we'll get to in a moment.
Oh yeah,
Which
I gotta
came
get to
from
that
you.
too.
But firstly, to my virtual right, she doesn't fear the Reapers, even though she really should do. It's Kat.
Honestly, I don't fear the Reapers because I know as soon as Chris finds out there's Reapers around, she'll immediately kidnap them.
That's not what I expected. And my special guest, backed by popular demand, no, we promise, it's Kuchiri.
Oh, I'm popular.
I demanded it. Kuchiri's fantastic.
I mean,
Welcome back.
Honestly, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, we're doing Father's Day. Son of a bitch, I'm in. So that's why we got 4 people tonight.
That's all the motivation you need. I'm in. Ground floor.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
The ball, anytime it goes close to Erling Haaland's foot. Anyway, it's a football
yes,
show.
we've got a full house tonight.
Yes.
Unlike Rose's house, which is not full.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, shit.
So Father's Day, then, is the 8th episode of Series 1.
So, fun fact about this episode. This is actually the first full Doctor Who episode I ever saw. And I saw it in a little basement in Grand Bank, Newfoundland, which I've talked way too much about in the intervening years. But, yeah, it was a weird time travel story with paradoxes and heartbreak. And, well, it got me here today to keep watching this dumb time travel show. So, there's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
Yes, there's something to be said is, I am so sorry that we got you into this shit show.
Oh, God.
Is it weird that, is that everyone's story, like how they got into Doctor Who, just a random Series 1 episode at this point?
I mean, literally, I said
this is the
first. I said this was the first full episode I saw. The first partial episode I saw was when I turned on the TV and a spaceship crashed into Big Ben. I'm like, what the fuck is this show? Why is everyone farting? Oh, what the fuck?
I literally started with Rose, but my first episode, as I've already said before on this show, was Attack of the Cybermen. Because it just happened on television one day. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh my god. And I was like, what?
Oh, what's this? I no longer want to watch this.
I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember the first thing that got me interested was some random clip of the Ninth Doctor in one of his episodes. And then eventually I completely forgot about it. And I came back and I saw another episode, but this was a David Tennant episode. And that's what got me into Doctor Who.
David Tennant from 2007 when this show was good?
Oh, fuck.
You mean David Tennant from 2022 when the show was shit?
David Tennant from 2023 when they said, please, I beg of you, Chibble's gone, please.
You mean David Tennant from 2044 when he becomes the 19th Doctor?
I may have to bleep some of this, but I found not what you're saying. What I'm about to say. There are rumors of a guest star in the anniversary specials, and I'm really not happy about it.
Oh God!
It's a voice
performance. Oh no! Please don't tell me it's 20 women.
No. I said guest voice star. It wouldn't be 20 women.
Guest voice star. What?
Well, playing a character that you keep mentioning that we can't mention. allegedly is
What?
Miriam Margolis.
What?
She's voicing.
What?
Is-
Oh, you'll find out next year.
Or I could find out sooner if someone would
You
explain what the
could,
fuck
but you would
means.
absolutely rob yourself of perhaps the best/worst thing ever in Doctor Who history next year. It's up to you.
I ain't saying nothing.
If you've never heard of I would suggest that you don't look it up.
Oh, that is so tempting. You don't even know, Brainiac.
I know, but I'm not your boss, so if you want to ruin it for yourself, go right ahead. But don't say I didn't warn you when you ruin it for yourself.
I have no idea how much of this is going into the show, but
all of it.
can you
It's just
talk
be
about
heavily
the-
edited with bleeps, like this one.
So,
Wait. Is it my pick next? Can my pick be the ratings war?
the ratings war.
To answer your questions in chronological order, no and hell no.
So, to get off the wonderful, riveting discussion of, let's talk about something.
Yeah,
Go
we'll talk about
on
something
to
nice and
the
wholesome,
other
like Father's
discussion.
Day. Oh wait,
Like a mother telling her child about her dead father. Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
this is how
wait.
we open up with Father's Day. It's So what? Rose was born in the 80s, late 80s.
1980, like 1986.
Yeah, because this is most of the episodes set in 1987. So
Well, or it could be 1987.
yeah,
Hang on. Let's see what TARDIS Wiki has to say.
let's not bother.
Rose,
Oh, yes.
We've got
TARDIS
little
Wiki, the
child-
epitome of knowledge.
We've got little child
Yeah,
Rose being talked to by her mother, and she's showing her photographs of her dead father, Peter Allen
Rose
Tyler.
was born in London to Jackie and Pete Tyler around or in 1986.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so anyway.
And while this scene is going on, you're hearing, present day Rose talking about her father and saying how my dad, the most wonderful man in the world, born 15th September 1954, died 1987, 7th November. And then it cuts to her with the Doctor, and this is a very human story. Very human.
Incredibly.
Like, it's wish fulfillment, but it's like, careful what you wish for as well. I mean, the Doctor even says that. Because...
I mean, it also shows how crap a mother Jackie is.
Oh.
No. That's one of the issues
Mother.
in this episode. This episode paints Jackie as being one of the worst moms ever.
Little harsh.
100%.
Little harsh.
Oh, so it's not harsh for her to go, man, your dad got plastered by that vehicle and there was nobody with him. He died sad and alone, and he was found eventually by an ambulance, and he was already dead. Isn't that just what you want to hear about your father when you're like, oh, I don't know, 8, 9 years old?
All right, fair enough.
Thank you.
But anyway, Rose tells this story to the Doctor, and it's like, can we get, are there any rules that we can't break? Can I go back and see him? And the Doctor says, yeah, we can do anything, but I'm worried about you. So she wants to see him. They take her to her parents' wedding, which is not a terrible idea in the slightest.
I mean, it kind of is, but, for other reasons.
Yeah. Fun fact:
I was still in my dad at this time.
Fun fact: this wedding also gets referenced in Doomsday later on.
Well, she was half in her dad and half potentially in her mother.
I so regret picking this already.
Oh my lord.
So,
Although really, she wasn't half in her mother just yet because eggs tend to develop around the time of conception. So realistically, she would have been fully inside of her father at that time.
Cat! I mean, you're right. You're right.
Is it the eggs that are... Okay, Chris has corrected me. It is the eggs that are permanent. It is the sperm that is developed the day that it is conceived, essentially.
Oh my god.
Or around the time of conception.
Oh my god, I'm regretting my choices. So, yeah. having successfully seen her parents get married, and nothing really happens, she then
Well, I
decides.
mean, one thing happens.
Well,
One
right.
thing happens in which her father absolutely forgets her mother's middle name. And that's just a hint at what is to come.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Just like him later that night.
Oh, God. Where are we now?
I have no regrets.
So, Rose then asks the doctor if they can go and see her father on the day that he dies. Not to save him, because she doesn't want him to die alone. Because this will have absolutely no consequences for, time and causality and the universe. None whatsoever.
None. Promise.
Yeah. So they go back to the, what's the date? November the 7th, 1987.
November 7th.
And the doctor gives her instructions, saying, you do this and then we leave. So she sees her father get knocked down by the car, and she's too late to
He
actually
does not get back up again.
No. You are going to keep him down permanently.
Yeah.
So she fails, basically. She doesn't get to her dad in time, and then there's a commotion, so she can't go and hold his hand. So she asks the doctor if she can try again. And the doctor, for some reason, says yes.
Well, that's because he cares about Rose.
I will say, I don't think you could have done this story with any other companion or any other time of the show, because when the David Tennant era rolls around, it's like, oh, we can't do this, this, and this. If we break this, we break reality.
Series 11, Episode 6.
That's not David Tennant.
I'm so saying, we have a similar story to this in Demons of the Punjab.
But it's not David Tennant, though.
Okay, it's not David Tennant, but I have another wild comparison to make. A similar story of someone close to a companion getting tragically hit by a moving vehicle and dying, and the companion wanting to save them. That's right, I'm talking about Clara! Can you imagine? Oh, doctor, I just want to be there for Daddy and hold his hand when he gets hit by the car. Can we go back in time, please? Oh, sucker!
Right.
Like,
So what you're saying is Clara did it better.
I mean, yes. Slight bias.
So
yes, Clara did.
I mean, we are a whole bunch of Clara stans. So.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rose tries again. And you actually see two different Doctors and Roses.
The fact that the doctor actually does this for Rose, so there are two ways you can interpret this, of course. The first is, and I think there are two different ways, both in universe and out of universe. The first out of universe is that they didn't really have their rules like laid down, so they could do shit like this and say, "Oh yeah, the doctor would do that," instead of saying, "No, he would never break the sacred rules of time as per canon." But in universe, it kind of shows that the doctor does care about Rose enough to be like, "Okay, yeah, we can try again. Just don't interfere with our past selves." So he has to care a great deal for Rose to risk, meeting his other self there like that.
I also love, like, the first round, Doctor and Rose, like, you could just see, like, the Ninth Doctor about ready cuts himself out before they disappear, too. Like, he sees,
yes.
Like, he sees her, too, and you just see the rage in his face, and poof.
Oh, yeah. Because the doctor says they can't see us. It's a very bad idea if they see us. So, wait till they leave, then go, and this is the last time we can do this. And Rose, of course, and again, very human reaction this, doesn't
very
just
impulsive,
grab her dying father's hand. She pushes him out of the way of the car.
He changes history, and their other selves vanish away.
Good job, Marty McFly.
Marty McFly. You're sarcastic, but I mean, it's a very human thing, as you said.
Oh, of course it is. But he literally told her, you do this, this, and this specifically, and she didn't.
A companion not listening to the doctor, doing whatever the hell she wants. Is this
Shocker.
A very impulsive human decision. Like,
Also, we should mention that Pete's got a vase in his hand because he was late to the wedding to get a present. And he picked this stupid little vase. So he has that in his hands, and the first time the car hits him, it breaks. The second time, Rose shoves him out the way, and the vase rolls away, somehow not even chipped.
It's symbolism.
We'll just put Chekhov's vase to one side.
And Rose and Pete are talking, and you wanted to talk about Christopher Eccleston's acting. The doctor in this scene saying not a word, just looking.
Oh, he's pissed.
Oh, he's furious.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even worse than that. He's not mad. He's disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah. So they go back to Pete Tyler's place, and he's getting ready for the wedding. Rose is like, "Oh my God, it's all this stuff! Oh, now Mommy always had it all put away in boxes, but we don't have to put it away in boxes now. Oh, and all this stuff he was going to invent. Oh, all these cool things, he can sell them or make money. He'll get to do it all now. He'll get to do it all. Oh, why are you looking at me like that, Doctor?" And then the doctor goes off.
Oh God, this line about this not another. I picked another stupid ape.
I like the line that comes before that, where he's like calling back to the end of Rose. I said I travel in space, and you said no. Then I said it was a time machine, and you hopped the fuck in.
Yeah, so he thinks she's been playing this from the beginning. She hasn't.
No, he's not Clara.
Grand plan.
It was an impulsive human decision.
Yeah, it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he does go off because he basically says, I lost my entire race, my family. Do you not think if I could have gone back and saved them, I would have done?
Man,
I know, but
6 years later.
That's different, though, isn't it? That's different.
Is it though?
Not really. It's not really different.
Because he always saved them, he just didn't know it.
Yeah. But it's wild because, he's saying, if I could do this, I would. And, the circumstances to do it came up, and he did.
Oh, it just dawned on me. Rose was the one that helped him save his family.
Yes.
Well, you know what that means. Well, I can't tell Kat to hit a butt because she's not at home right now.
Fine.
But Rainiac, shit in!
Okay, just this once.
Doctor Who Mirror Alert. Doctor Who Mirror Alert.
Everybody lives.
Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, Eccleston goes off. I picked another stupid ape. It's just...
Yeah. Rose, to her credit, gives him as good as she's getting here. So, so you'd rather he was dead? No, I didn't say that, but no, I get it, Doctor. For once, you're not the most important man in my life, and they basically just split.
Wow.
I do love one line that comes earlier where Rose is trying to justify it. It's like, look, he's not like this big important world leader who's going to cause the end of the world or something. He's just an ordinary guy. And the doctor says,
yeah, about that, Rose.
And the doctor says, like, an ordinary man. Well, that's the biggest change you can make.
Yeah.
Which does tie into another scene.
It does. Also, I love the line he gets earlier about, I should have known. It's not about showing you the universe. It never is. It's about the universe doing something for you. Damn.
I kind of like how smug Rose is at the end. She's like, go ahead, leave. You'll just be crawling back, or you'll be waiting outside the TARDIS, waiting for me to come back. And then, of course, she has that smug look near the end of the episode where this all comes full circle, essentially.
And she's gonna make him wait a long time as well.
The funny thing is, she's right. He says later, I was going to leave you. So she's right. She technically does win that argument.
She absolutely does win that argument, but obviously she pays a high cost for it.
Well, yeah, but there's a whole bunch of other shit that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But that's
She's a huge brat about it, essentially.
She gets a one-up over the doctor in that sense. But
she pulls a Jackie about it.
Yeah.
Well, it runs in the family.
And speaking of bringing the family, Pete now starts flirting with his own daughter.
Bill.
And bro, You gotta love Rose's shit. No, we're not going there. We're not going there. There is about as far away as possible. There is the fucking Bermuda Triangle for you. You do not even want to think about going there. Never think about going there.
I do love some of the dialogue of this entire story.
And then she's like, "So, are we going to the wedding?" Pete, mixed signals much? Yeah. Let's go.
Also, she's tidying up his flat. And she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, sorry, force a habit." And he just accepts it. But we then cut to the wedding, and something is definitely going wrong with this wedding because half of the guests haven't turned up.
And, well, we also are cutting to Monster Vision!
Yes, Monster Vision.
I mean, that sounds like a typical wedding to me. Half the people don't show up, the other half bring crap gifts,
Yeah. So this is
And then the MC turns into Stone Cold, and they slam back beers. Wait, just me?
Then Mariah Carey walks out, and
then the bride and groom get a samurai sword and cut the wedding cake. Oh no, sorry, that's just me.
I think we all have a fucked up wedding story.
That really happened, by the way. I'm not making a joke.
Oh, I believe you.
One of my sister's friends' weddings from whenever I was 10 had a divorce happen during the after wedding party.
Holy shit!
Like the judge, there was a judge there and a divorce lawyer, and the couple who just got married got divorced during the after wedding party.
Holy shit!
Fuck, why?
There was a lot of issues there.
They changed their
Also,
mind.
I think that's an annulment by that point. Unless there was a reason they couldn't get it
an attractive
annulled.
blonde standing just outside the church, and no.
See, my story is just that we decided to have my mother's second wedding at this little bed and breakfast, and they had this big barn that we were using as a venue, but it was very cold. So I borrowed this wool, throw, or not wool, but a fur throw that my mother had been wearing because she said she was too warm. I went to go get something to drink. I turn around, the photographer is taking pictures of my back, and I'm like, "The hell are you doing?" And he says, "I was trying to take pictures of the fur."
Oh wow!
I was in my teens. I don't think I was 18 yet. Actually.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Dear
bad.
God! Yeah.
Bad.
Let's see. I was 12 in 2001, and that's when my brothers were born. This took place in 2010.
21.
Yeah, you'd been 21.
Yeah. Okay. So I was 21, but still.
Even
it was
so,
really
bad.
creepy.
I was going to say, I don't think your age excuses that kind of behavior.
It never excuses that kind of behavior.
But there's a big difference between being a creeper when someone's over the age of 18 and being a creeper when someone's under the age of 18.
Yes.
I mean, yes, but just don't be a creeper.
Well,
Exactly.
yes, but
Age is irrelevant.
there's still levels.
Fear the Reaper. Oh.
I heard that.
It sounds kind of culty in here, like there's some blue oysters around.
Listen. This podcast, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Good God.
But yeah, there's Monster Vision, and there's people, and they go, ah! They drop whatever they're holding. So bad shit's happening.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fucking TARDIS?
Oh God, this moment.
This is so good.
This is an oh crap
Oh yeah,
moment.
they removed the green screen from the TARDIS.
This is an oh crap moment.
The Doctor goes to the TARDIS. He unlocks it. He opens it up, and it's just a normal ass police box.
And his face.
It's just like, oh fuck. And the first thing he says, Rose!
Yeah.
And he takes off.
There is a number of moments in this particular story where the shit hits the fan. This is the second one. The first one when she saves her dad.
So the
This
wedding.
is the second big oh crap moment because I love this visual. Opens the TARDIS and it's not the TARDIS anymore.
I would argue that this is the first of the oh crap moments, and that the second is when the two roses touch.
Definitely. Yes.
I mean, I would give the two roses the 3, and the second is when we actually see the Reapers.
I'm not sure about when we see the Reapers.
Yeah, when I see the Reapers, I laugh every time.
Oh.
Yeah, their design's a little silly.
They're a little goofy.
I mean, look, listen. We've seen the Time Monster. It's better than the Squawking Bird Man.
True, but it's still a little goofy.
And now I've just got the Astro Chicken theme going through my head for some reason.
Oh, God, Time Monster was so fun.
I hate the fact that I now know what the Astro Chicken is thanks to you.
Yeah, I totally know what that is and don't need to be subjected to it anymore. So the wedding.
Yeah, the
I'm hearing
wedding.
you need to be subjected to it, so I'll be sure to do that.
There's a really wild bit here which would be very much elaborated on in, I hate to say this, a Matt Smith story, specifically the Wedding of River song, where history's sort of merging together.
Oh yeah,
and going wrong because they put the radio on, or rather the radio turns itself on, and a song by The Street starts playing.
Oh, but before that, we have to talk about the song that you can hear on the radio beforehand.
Wait, why do you hate to mention the Wedding of River song?
Because I like that particular story, but I'm trying to keep
I like
it on.
this.
I'm trying to keep it on brand to the Ninth Doctor era, but
okay, but we have to talk about the song that comes on the radio first.
Oh yes,
because it's a little song that you may have heard by this British pop star from the time. It's period accurate to 1987. It's a song you probably never heard of. It's obscure. It's called "Never Gonna Give You Up."
They rickrolled everybody, and I hate it.
No, you don't understand, Rainiac. It was 2005. It wasn't a meme yet.
Rickrolls were a thing.
It was an honest-to-God, period-accurate pop song.
Wait, it genuinely wasn't a meme at that time?
It genuinely was not a meme at that time. It's legitimately just, here's a pop song from 1987 on the radio. It's the last time you could ever unironically use that song.
So when the meme came
You know what the really, really sad part is? Even though they played that and they had to pay royalties to be able to use Never Gonna Give You Up, Rick Astley got none of them.
Oh, that is a shame.
Bad.
He owns no rights to that song, and he gets no money from it.
I hope he got some royalties from his cameo in Bring Back the Time.
2007. 2007 is when Know Your Meme says Rick Rolling began.
Okay, so 2 years before, 2 years after this. Wow.
This is legitimately a completely unironic use of the song.
That has blown my mind. So yeah, okay, Rick Astley's it there, and then it cuts to the streets.
The last genuine use of the song.
Beautiful.
And then Rose's phone starts going haywire and getting a strange message.
Watson, come here, I need you.
Yeah. And then the car that would have killed Pete is here too.
It's just following them.
Yeah, it keeps getting stuck in a loop. It's in the corner, the car drives straight on and then just vanishes. And we keep seeing this damn car.
I wonder what it is trying to hint at.
This driver's having the worst possible day now.
God.
I wonder what the hell this driver was on in the first place, because, I mean, let's be real. When the accident first happens and we actually see it, the driver can very, very clearly see Pete, and then at the very last possible moment throws up their arm in shock, like, oh no, there is a person in the way of my car.
Yeah.
I want to know what's up with that driver. How high were they?
I mean, according to the end of the episode, it's just like a student driver? Just a kid, really?
If it was a student driver, there should have been somebody in the car with them.
Well, okay, not a student driver, a new driver, let's say. Someone who's only just got their license.
Well, that sucks for them, but also they still should have been able to see Pete. He's not that small of a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we do get a bit of, should we call it bitchiness at the wedding? Because half the guests aren't already here. The dad really doesn't want this wedding to take place, clearly.
The implication is that, he got the bride pregnant. It's like, it's not like the old days. You don't have to get married like this. You can live in sin for a while.
Yeah, he's got he's got an absolute brick of a mobile phone.
I mean, it is 1987.
Yeah, then
I love that mobile phone, though.
Then he's getting the Watson, come here, I need you message, and he's not sure what the hell's going on. The bride arrives, then Jackie arrives with a baby in a cot. This is, of course, the infant Rose.
And, of course, big-ass poofy 80s hair.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like I remember the pictures of my mom having that hair, and it's like, yeah, that's 100% the
Yeah.
hairstyles.
My sister
The
had that
car makes a
hairstyle back in
second
the day
attempt
too.
to kill Pete and then vanishes again.
Is this the one where Rose swerves him out of the way?
I think so. Yes.
Pete just swerves out of the way.
And Rose yells reflexively, "Dad!"
Yes.
Because holy shit, a car's about to hit him.
Yeah.
And so they get out and they're like, "Oh my god, that car came out of nowhere. Wait a minute, you called me Dad."
Why'd you do that for? And then, of course, sorry,
Here
Kat,
comes.
Rose meets Jackie. It doesn't go well.
Oh boy.
No, because Jackie is a terrible person.
Yeah.
I think there's something that the episode's going for here, obviously. Now, whether or not the effectiveness of it is well known, I'll leave that to you to debate. But the fact is, Jackie in the opening, when Pete's dead, is saying, "Oh, this is your dad, Rose. He was a wonderful man, taken from us too soon." And then we get to the past, and it's like, "Pete, you fucking useless idiot! What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, but you see, when you lose somebody, you think more fondly of them.
That's the point the episode's making, you know? It's like, in her loss, she only remembers the good qualities. But in the heat of the moment, she's like, "You moron!"
Yeah, you don't realize what you got to, you don't realize what you had till it's gone.
Yeah.
And also forget the fact that at the moment she thinks that Rose is one of his little, cheating partners.
Mhm.
And she's harping on him about that. And it's revealed that there have been more potential cheating partners.
Although he protests his innocence.
Which,
So
he's like, it's okay. The coat girls was just trying to help me find my ticket. There were 3 coats that looked exactly like mine. And then the pole fell. We got buried under the coats. That's it. It's completely innocent. I promise.
We don't find out whether or not he's telling the truth or not.
I don't buy it.
I can tell you right now he ain't telling the truth. Because that's just that's the exact kind of bullshit that somebody who cheats would come up with.
Okay. So,
because I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. There are certain ways that you can tell when someone is lying, and one of the ways is they give way too many details. Mm-hmm. It's not everybody, and it's not every single lie, but the fact that he's giving all these details and trying to explain every single little thing makes me suspicious that he is actually a cheating scum. Plus, he did try to hit on Rose.
I mean, yeah, that's more evidence than like analyzing his story, like you're saying. But anyway. Jackie is pissed off, and they try to calm each other down, or Pete tries to calm Jackie down and go to the wedding. Not fucking bitch and moan in public like this.
Yeah, Jackie says that if you're not careful, there'll be a wedding and a divorce on the same day, so that's great.
Hey, well, holy shit! It's just like Kuchiri said.
Yeah,
it's the wedding Kuchiri went to.
Oh my god! It's like you predicted it, but
it's almost like Kuchiri's life in this episode are mirroring each other.
I gotta give it to her.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I kind of love this scene before the shit hits the fan, where Rose is just standing there watching Jackie and Pete talk, and the doctor is running behind. He's panicked. And he's like, "Rose!" And she turns around and she's got this smug fucking grin. She's like, "You come crawling back, huh?"
Yeah.
And then all hell
breaks loose. That stupid ass grin.
Yeah, so
Rose
is sent by Pete to park his car for him, ostensibly to get her out of the way of Jackie, who's on the warpath. Mm-hmm. But before that happens, we do get an appearance of a character that we've met before, but not in this form. Yeah, we're in the playground, and we can use his name because it's not the same actor. And
I'm still gonna say 20, but I'm still gonna say 20 women.
It's not the fault of the kid that he turns into 20 women.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, you've missed a few things.
So,
long story short, allegations of
20 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegations of impropriety on the part of the actor that plays Mickey, not this one.
Noah,
the main
I think
one.
his name is.
No Clark.
Yeah.
By no less than 20 women.
Sounds like some other allegations with the Series 1 character that came out.
Yeah, exactly. So just reverse it 20
a
women.
lot like that.
Yeah. It's definitely a case of, obviously, you don't want to falsely accuse somebody, But when 20 women come up and say the exact same thing, it's kind of suspect.
Yeah. And now I've said
Would
Mickey
it
all this
possibly
time.
be a plot to take him down? Absolutely, that is possible. But again, 20 women.
I mean, is he even big enough to be taken down for something? Like,
You would be surprised. There are a lot of people out there who would 100% do that for even the smallest payout or even the littlest bit of fame.
With all this talk of the name Mickey, I'm now thinking of that bit from the Muppets with the moose.
Anyway, I don't remember this part.
You don't remember Mickey Mouse?
No, obviously not.
That's literally the joke. It's like the moose asks if he can hang backstage. He says, "Well, I've got all kinds of members. Why not a moose? By the way, moose, what's your name? Mickey. Well, how about that, Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse, get out of here!" Which is funnier now because you can only see that particular episode on Disney Plus.
It's also funny because Disney now owns them.
Yes,
that's what I mean. And later on, of course, Ronald Duck shows up as well.
Well, that's okay because later on, Disney's also going to own a different Mickey. This Mickey.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to start showing Doctor Who on Disney Plus.
I don't know if he'll be in it, but
hopefully not.
Oh boy, I sure hope that doesn't fuck up things.
Why would they bring him up as the monkey's paw kills? Why would they bring him for stories involving Donna and Wilf?
Because he was in the show in 2006 when the show was good.
But not with Donna and Wilf and Rose, not that one.
No, he was in the
he was in yeah. And end of time. So Kuchiri's got a point there.
Oh, for God's sake, he has as well.
How good are the Reapers, Rainiac?
Okay, yeah. So the reason why Mickey is alone in the playground is the Reapers have come to eat everybody. Oh God.
Except for him.
But they prefer older things.
They do. Well,
yeah.
Yes and no, because the other children have been killed. But they leave
maybe
Mickey
they're older
behind.
than Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's mother is taken, and so Mickey just runs off. Then we get the bit where the doctor says, get in the church. Rose, get in the church. For God's sake, get in the church. We see the Reapers. They get the groom's father.
And the priest.
Yeah, they're about to eat the bride and then veer off and grab the vicar instead. Again,
well,
really
technically they can't kill the bride because in this story she's pregnant, and hell be upon you if you kill a pregnant woman.
I mean,
the baby's that old thing.
That's the behind the scenes reason for it. We don't really get an explanation why it doesn't kill her.
No, that's the exact reason why. Because she is carrying a baby that is the youngest thing in that place because it hasn't been born yet.
Okay, it could be that.
So if they kill her, they kill the baby too.
Except that you're completely wrong because it's the opposite. The older something is, the stronger it is. So they go for the baby first.
But they don't go for the babies first.
They go for the oldest thing.
I think it's the older the building is, the stronger it is because it holds more memories. But with people, it's the older they are.
Okay.
That they decide to go after them first.
I'm not about to argue. So these Reapers.
Look, listen. This is an emotional story about grief and loss and dad. To be frank, I don't give two shits about the inconsistent rules of Time Reaper monsters.
That
never show up again. That never show up again, even though they actually should show up again.
I'm gonna have
they are
something
just
to say.
basically. They're basically the Doctor Who version of the Langoliers, so.
I'm going to have something to say, and it wasn't that.
I'm right, though.
The Doctor explains what these things are. I don't think he ever uses the term Reapers or not, but he says time's been damaged, and they're here to sterilize the wound. Great description.
Yes, by eating everything that is, wrong with that timeline, like the Langoliers.
Absolutely. They're bacteria. So we've now got a handful of surviving guests. And Rose, the Doctor, inside the church, barricading themselves against the Reapers. The Doctor gets to fulfill the habit of a life, the wish of a lifetime, and tells Jackie Tyler what to do.
Shut up!
And she, no, do as I say. Go shut the doors. And then when she says, yes, sir.
Jackie's. I love it. Jackie's bitching at him, and he's like, "Oh, I knew you'd have to come up and complain."
Yes. And Jackie said, "I've never met you before in my life." "No, you never will unless I sort this all out."
Honestly, can I just say here, I don't like Jackie as a character.
We've already established that.
She's not great in this, no.
I know, but I'm just still going to say, I don't like Jackie as a character. She's not fun. She's just annoying.
She's better in other episodes.
I'm going to say this, and
I mean, like a stab
quality
wound
of
would be better after bandaging it.
I'm gonna say this, and it's right for the thing. She's good in Love and Monsters.
I knew you were going to say that. And you know the worst thing is?
I'm
You're
right.
right.
True.
You're right.
Like, ignore the exorbitant laugh bullshit. She's good in Love and Monsters.
Wait a minute, is Jackie even in Love and Monsters?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Elton chats her up.
Oh, I honestly do not remember that at all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you had to judiciously wash the memory out of your mind.
She froze
I
him out.
mean,
because
Elton chats her up and then decides to live the rest of his life with a sidewalk pavement.
No, I'm remembering the sidewalk pavement.
Look, I only wanted to bring up Jackie. I didn't want to bring up the fat green bastard and the fucking concrete slab. That's all you.
Good job, Jerry. You just brought our very own version of the Reapers upon us.
Oh, so how do you two get along? Oh, she still has a mouth.
It's the Langoliers. Take me.
That's not the Langoliers.
Just take me now.
Alright, so this is the last episode of the Doctor Who podcast because I'm canceling this bullshit.
Next time on Stephen King Reviews, the Langoliers.
Don't tempt me.
Oh.
As if you have.
Although realistically, what's next is the Common Rider reviews.
Oh, God.
I mean, Black
Or
Sun is
maybe
like
we'll finally all watch Symphogear Season 5, and then Frez will stop bitching about that.
Hey, you and Chris made a good pace. So I can't complain about you.
So that's the last ever Doctor Who reviews. Join us next week for we to talk about the show The Traitors.
So anyway, back to Twin Peaks reviews. Hang on.
You know, there is that new Quantum Leap series that you probably need to do something about.
Moment that I really love.
I'm watching it.
Another moment that I really love is when the Doctor, tells about the strange phone call everyone keeps getting about Watson, come here. The Doctor says,
yeah.
That's the first phone call. I don't think that telephone's going to be much use. Just turns it down. Now, of course, the phone does turn out to be in use.
Yes.
This is a different kind of use.
Yeah.
But for now, I do believe we get Rose and Pete talking.
We do, because the Reapers are causing havoc outside the church now in the city. They're taking out passers-by. Their cars are crashing. A pram goes over.
The end of the fucking world.
You just see shoes without owners. Like, what the hell?
Well, that isn't fucking horrifying.
But it's strange because they when they consume someone, they consume all of them, clothes and all, usually. But
no, shoes don't taste well. It has the taste of defeat.
Oh my God!
They're not big fans of soul food.
I think I killed Ray. I'm so sorry.
Regretting my life choices again.
They would start with the shoes, but they have a little too much tongue.
Wacka wacka.
Chris is in the background, just has no idea how to react to all this.
Chris, I'm with you.
Apparently, Rainiac is with you on that.
I'm just sitting here staring at the laptop, dead-eyed. While this all just goes on around like a one big massive car accident.
I am so sorry for this, Rainiac, but so you're the typical England football fan.
I mean, we didn't deserve to win. Let's be honest. I'm sorry that we didn't win, but we didn't deserve to win. And the fact that we're going
I
on,
will say nothing about it. I already made a joke.
We only lost because the referee was biased. No, he bloody wasn't.
I mean, he may have been.
He gave us a penalty we should never have had. And then the captain stepped up and put the ball into space. I think it went so high it hit a satellite.
Oh, so that's why Musk is so pissy this morning.
Exactly, yeah. The football hit it. There is a really funny edit on Twitter of a satellite being hit by the football. I may need to try and find that and put it into this little bit, but
yeah, you'll need to.
Honestly, of the four nations that are left at the World Cup, it's a story. Whoever wins it, if it's Morocco, that's remarkable because we never had an African semi-finalist before, let alone a winner. Croatia doing it would be remarkable because they were the finalists 4 years ago. France were the first two-time winners in a long time, like consecutive World Cup winners. And Argentina will finally get Messi his big moments to win the one trophy he's never won before. So yeah, you can criticize Qatar for hosting the World Cup all you want, and my God, you should, because that is dodgy as hell. But the actual football has been fantastic.
I would just like to highlight what I've linked in the chat.
I can't believe this, but I actually get to ask for the football alert again.
Goal, that one.
Yes.
Send me that later. Oh, well something good came home. It's coming home referred to Dave the Cat. Fantastic.
Yes.
They adopted a cat out in Qatar. Cat.
Oh, good. Yeah. Kitty gets to come home.
They've now brought the cat home with them, where it will be quarantined for at least 6 weeks.
Bringing the cat
it's
home.
Not like that fucking donkey.
Bringing the cat home. That's something that you could learn from Rainiac.
I mean,
the cat.
Do you know he now just sits on us? He just comes in. He doesn't even need to be brought in. He just comes in and then he'll just randomly jump on the chair and jump on one of us, and we can't move for half an hour.
He is begging for you to steal him, and you keep saying no.
He's begging for some company when his actual owners are not around. I'm not going to put them on here for obvious reasons, but we do have photographs of him sitting on my dad.
Steal the cat.
Just looking longingly into my dad's eyes.
Literally, all you need to do is he will walk in himself, just close the door, and he won't leave.
He doesn't for hours at a time.
There you go. He wants to be there. Steal the cat.
He wants to be warm because it's like...
There you go.
I sure hope that cat consented to this because that looks painful. Salem, no!
Anyway, please. For the love of...
That one's even better.
Doctor Who, for the love of God.
Yes. So, the Reapers are now attacking the church. They can't get in. And then we have that talk between Pete and Rose where Pete realises, oh my God, you're her, aren't you? You're my Rose, but all grown up. You've got my eyes. You've got my wife's attitude. You sound like Jackie when you shout. You're my Rose. And they hug. They're both in tears. It's a very, very heartfelt moment. It gets more heartfelt at the end of the episode because, my God.
Oh, yeah.
But Rose gets what she wants here. She gets the chance to say to him, be with him. You're my dad.
To learn what he's all about.
Yeah. And then...
crazy. What I find crazy is how smart
we get another really nice moment, this time with the doctor talking to the bride and groom.
I love this.
Yeah. This, to me, encapsulates what the doctor is all about. Yeah. So, Stuart and Sarah, they give their life stories to the doctor, how they met and, why they love each other. The baby gets mentioned. And then Sarah says, I know we're not important. And the doctor immediately rebuffs that. I've got the transcript here, if I may quote it.
Absolutely.
Who said you're not important? I travel to all sorts of places, done things you couldn't even imagine, but you two, street corner, 2 a.m, getting a taxi home. I've never had a life like that. Yes, I'll try and save you.
And
Damn.
this comes back to what the doctor's so mad about with Rose before. Rose is like, oh, he's not important. And he's just an ordinary guy. And the doctor's like, that's the most important person in the world. An ordinary person.
Yeah, it's like, I love that consistency where they keep having the doctor say that it doesn't matter who or what you are, you will always be important. Even if you do nothing for the universe as a whole, you are still an important person.
I mean, it's called forward in Matt Smith with A Christmas Carol, where he says to what's his name, Kazran, who says, "Oh, this person, they're not important," and the doctor's like, "Oh, not important? That's amazing. In 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important."
Yeah. Also, deep breath.
No, also, the very first Matt Smith special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I would say just the entirety of Doctor Who. He tries to save as many people as he can because they're all important.
That brilliant confrontation between the 12th Doctor and the half-faced man.
Mm.
And he says, "What do you think of the city?" He says, "What do you think of the view? It is beautiful. No, it isn't. It's too small, too far away. I prefer it down there. Everything is huge. Everything is so important. Every life clung to."
Beautiful.
Yeah, poetic.
But I love the doctor in this next scene. He's with baby Rose, and he's like, "Are you going to cause the end of the world? Are you going to cause the end of the world?"
Yeah.
Doing the end of the world.
Jackie gave her to him to look after.
And he says that to Rose, "How about that? How times change." And then Rose goes,
shit mother, she just hands her baby off to a complete stranger.
Yeah,
who she thought was cheating. Like, her husband was cheating on her on.
Well, no, just the doctor in general.
Yeah,
Also,
doctor,
we forgot to mention that Mickey's in the church now. He
Which
ran
he
for his
doesn't
life
really-
into the church.
he doesn't really do anything. It's just, oh shit, it's past Mickey. How about
this is a really kind of moment because he immediately starts hugging Rose.
Oh.
And the implication is that this is what causes Mickey to be her boyfriend later on.
It's like Jackie says something about how he's really clingy and she feels really sorry for his future girlfriend. And it's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't see that this is like changing history.
This isn't Twilight. This isn't Twilight Book 4.
I don't think this is changing history. I think this is just showing that they were...
We're not having someone imprint on a fetus.
No, stop.
You see, this actually brings me back. Remember my earlier point about how Rose was half in her mom, half in her dad? Do you think that there was a moment in time where Edward was just really attracted to Jacob for no reason whatsoever?
Stop!
Jacob was attracted to Edward for no reason?
Stop! I'm saying stop so much. I'm spelling it wrong.
We're going to be on this tangent. I have to mention that a movie really made Kristen Stewart deliver the line with incandescent fury. "You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?"
I forgot that happened.
No?
I don't know why, but Edward's balls are really attractive to me right now.
I forgot that happened. Also, shut up, cat.
Just like on the sidelines, Jacob's just looking really confused at their wedding.
Oh my god.
Oh god. But anyway, yeah. Mickey,
I hope I just ruined that for somebody.
So, you did. Mickey's here. He doesn't do a whole lot. It's just the implication that this might be why he's in Rose's life.
I didn't take that reading from it, but
it's an interpretation. But I agree with you.
Also, I have a question.
Yeah.
So obviously Rose is a baby, while Mickey is, I don't know, what do you think he is here?
4,
like 10?
4. No. Well, he has to be 4 or 5.
He's really big for 4.
He's quite a big 4-year-old.
So you're saying that there's an age gap in their relationship in the present?
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a weird age gap, is what I'm
I
worried
mean,
about.
I don't think he's like more than.
Well, Baby Rose
He's like
is less than a year old here.
he's like 6 or 7 max, which is not the worst age gap. Then again,
Close
she
to
is like
3, I would
18.
say, but
She's 19 in 2005, so it's like
he is
little
quite
weird,
big
but
for a child here. You're right.
So if this story takes place in 87, according to the TARDIS wiki, around 1983.
He's 4.
Yeah.
there you go. Okay, so that's not the worst. A
So
4-year
he's
age
just a very
gap.
big 4-year-old. That's fair enough.
A 4-year age gap in the
A
present.
3 to 4-year age gap's not too bad now.
Okay, because I was kind of worried that maybe the character was taking on a bit too much of 20 women's aspects.
Oh god.
Nah, but
Anyway, the Doctor and Rose do make up with each other.
I do like this because Rose goes to see the baby and the doctor's like, no, don't touch her. It'll cause a paradox. Oh, and we don't need a fucking paradox in here.
Yeah, if we cause a paradox, we'll let them in.
And Rose is just dejected. I can't do anything, can I? Since you asked, no, you can't. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he says, just tell me you're sorry, and she actually apologizes. And they do hug, and the hug leads us to something wonderful. Because Rose's like, oh, you're hot. You've got something hot. It's the TARDIS key. It's glowing.
Oh my gosh. Quick, give me that cell phone battery. I can save everyone.
Yeah, it's glowing hot because it's still connected to the TARDIS. So the Doctor then gets on the pulpit, says, well, the inside of my ship was thrown out of the womb, but we can use this to bring it back. And once I've got it back, I can mend everything. And whatever's changed will stay changed. Don't worry about it. And we can bring everybody back. So they use Stewart's gigantic mobile phone with its gigantic battery to charge up the key. And Pete does pick up on everything that's changed will stay changed.
He's pretty smart in this episode.
He is probably one of the most intelligent non-companions we've had in Modern Who.
I would say he's not a dummy. He's just down on his luck because his schemes to get rich quick don't work. He's compared to Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses.
I kind of the way that Jackie described him, how he would always pick up like these tonic waters and things. I kind of see him as somebody who falls for a lot of MLMs, essentially.
Yeah, I think the tonic water thing is definitely a nod to Only Fools and Horses. Because there's an episode where they sell Peckham spring water.
Hey, Rain.
Yeah.
Pete Tyler in Amsterdam.
Oh.
Leg it, Jackie.
That they reference to something.
It's a Pit Madeley shit post. He spliced in an episode of Only Fools and Horses with an episode of Doctor Who set in Amsterdam. It's really well done too, because I thought it was actually a genuine crossover at first.
The Doctor he takes the key and it starts forming like a glowing outline of the TARDIS, and it's like, okay, just leave that be for a couple hours and then it'll reform the TARDIS. So don't touch it.
No one's doing anything stupid. Don't approach the key, and everything will be just as we need it to be. And then Jackie ruins everything.
Again, worst character ever.
Because
I mean, it's not just Jackie, because Pete is the one that hands over Rose. So
yeah, but this scene, they're talking. It's Rose and the Doctor are talking. It's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna fix this thing. The TARDIS will come back, and then the thing you changed is gonna change. And Pete pipes up, "You mean me getting killed, right?"
He doesn't just say it to him, but he does pick up on it.
Yeah.
There's a little look like, oh yeah, I know what's going on here. I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it. He also says everything here will forget what happened.
Yeah.
Actually, he does say, yeah, I'll be alive if I'm meant to be dead. That's why I haven't done anything in my life. That's why I didn't mean anything. You're right. He does pick up on it.
Yeah.
So Rose then tries to take the blame, and then.
I love the line he delivers here.
No, I'm your dad, love. It's my job for it to be my fault.
What a sweet line, isn't that great? Oh, great! Here comes Jackie.
Yeah, so she picks up on it. It's like, oh, you're old enough to be her dad. What? How old are you? 12? Oh God, that's disgusting.
No, this is my daughter, Rose. You gave my daughter a second-hand name, you sick fuck!
No, it's our Rose, Jackie. It's our Rose. Here, Rose, hold this for a second. Rose,
Thank
no!
you. And yeah, Pete tries to hand the baby to Rose, and the doctor's like, no, no! But too late.
Yeah, this time
They
this is not Rose's fault. This is Pete's fault.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
And
by
Jackie's fault.
proxy.
To be fair, Pete didn't know.
Yeah, Jackie's fault to a degree, but I think Rose does not take the blame here.
Which I mean, he literally just said, "I'm your dad. It's my job for it to be my fault."
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
So
here he is doing his job. And then we get the second oh crap moment.
So a Reaper fucking appears in the church because it's a time paradox.
Yeah.
And the doctor steps up and he's like, "I'm the oldest one here. Take me." And it does.
Yeah. The doctor just
Doctor
gets
Who's
devoured.
fucking dead. Doctor Who is fucking dead, and worse, the Reaper, after eating him, flies into the TARDIS and is disintegrated, and the key falls to the church floor, cold and lifeless.
It's stone cold, like that DJ at that wedding you went to.
MC.
Oh, I can explain
MC.
it. I can explain it now. So I can explain this. So a church like that would have been there for probably hundreds, if not maybe like 500, more years, right?
Uh-huh.
And, the doctor is obviously a human, but he has a finite place that he will end.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory is that the reason that they can't enter old buildings, but they go after older people is just because humans and other living organisms have a finite end. They have a place where they have to stop.
That's a good...
Meanwhile, if I could not be interrupted, a building can continue on, although eventually it might be Ship of Theseus, but it can continue on as it is because people will constantly be repairing it, taking care of it, unless something big happens.
Kat was praising my theory.
Chemical
You didn't have to be rude about it. But
that'd be nice.
You could also not interrupt me while I'm talking.
All right, fair enough. 15 all.
But I like that theory. Again, like I said, I'm really less concerned with the logistics of the Time Reavers more than I am the emotional core of the story. But
I know. I'm just also explaining it for people who care.
It's also the fact that they never show up again, even though there's been how many paradoxes since this episode?
I don't care about that.
Hi, Clara, the biggest paradox of them all.
And Wedding a River Song is a completely different. Time is gone fucky wucky because of a paradox thing. But Doctor Who being consistent. When the fuck has it ever done that?
Continuity in Doctor Who.
3 Atlantises. There's also the implication we haven't mentioned, if we're going to talk about the Reavers, is that the Doctor says that the Time Lords would have stopped shit like this if they were around, but they're not anymore.
Yeah.
So
that might be a clue that they're still around.
Well,
or
they're not stopping it. It's just
we find out in the universe they are still around. Whoops.
Yes, but anyway, the Doctor's dead and everything's hopeless. The night is dark. We're all fucked. Oh no! And then Pete Tyler steps up because he's been seeing
armor with a shitty vase.
Because he's been seeing that fucking car going back, which, if I may theorize, is the universe trying to reboot itself and heal itself by putting this car in a time loop. It'd be like, hey, make it right, fix this.
This is the only way that it can fix it, by putting the timeline back to how it should be.
Yeah.
I know we're about to get into the really dark, depressing stuff, but can I just say, I kind of hope that person in the car remembers everything that happened, just because, can you think about how fucking weird it would be to just be, like, going around the same church constantly over and over again, and then you kill a guy?
Well...
That would be fucked up, am I right?
He won't remember any of that, no.
I know, but just, like, imagine if he did. Imagine how fucked up that would be.
That would be a much darker story if he did remember it all.
Oh, yes, because the story about ending the world because you saved your father from death is not dark at all.
Even darker. Fair enough.
Thank you.
But, the Doctor's gone. Pete steps up and realises that the car's here. It's here because I'm meant to die.
And the way he says it is, the doctor tried to get me out of it and find another way, but he's gone now, so I'm in charge.
Yeah.
So that's another compassionate thing. The doctor honestly did try to make this, to keep this timeline intact and save Pete Tyler for Rose.
He just couldn't do it.
Like, you could imagine a darker doctor saying, "Oh, that car, yeah, fucking throw yourself in front of it, that'll save it,"
Oh God, Capaldi?
There's some doctors I can see being practical with that. Capaldi,
I mean,
Capaldi would take that person
Capaldi literally told his companion, "We're going to go to hell."
True.
Yeah.
But Capaldi would just get the person, just grab him by the shoulders and throw him in front of the car. Good goddamn.
Meanwhile, the 13th Doctor just stands there like, I don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
Is there something I can do?
And then Kosharas turns up and throws the person under the bus for her.
He shows up and convinces one of the other guys to be like, hey, throw that guy in front of the car. And then they
I can see Sylvester McCoy's doctor manipulating things to get it to work like that. If he really had to.
Throw him in front of the car, though. He would suggest.
He would make it think that it was his idea, yeah.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if this happened? They did this on Curse of Fenric? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, Curse of fucking Fenric, Killer.
That is an amazing serial, but...
it is, but yeah.
So yeah, the car's here, so of course he has to do his duty. He has to save his daughter. He has to preserve the future.
I love the line he gets. He's just like, nobody in the universe got what I got. I've got all these extra hours with you. Nobody else has gotten that. I'm so lucky.
Thanks for saving me.
And they tearfully hug. Jackie finally seems to appreciate him, even now that he's stepping up. And he goes and faces the car.
He goes and faces the 2CV.
You just couldn't resist, could you?
I don't know if it's an actual 2CV. Maybe it's a Rover. That would face the Rover. There we go. Anyway, yeah, he grabs the vase.
And Rose is standing there, silent and sad. And then the doctor walks up and he pats her on the shoulder and says, "Go be with him."
Yeah, but quick.
And finally, she does what she couldn't do at the beginning of the episode. She runs to her dying father and holds his hand and is there for him in his final moments of life.
Yeah. And I got a tear in my eyes talking about this. Good God.
A tear? Well, no, I needed half the fucking doctor's tissues for the last couple of minutes of this. That was not my
intention, I'm sorry. But also, the symbolism that the vase breaks and then the Reapers all disappear.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's good. And so then we get a revised timeline edition of Jackie telling baby Rose about what happened to her father and saying that there was a woman with blonde hair who held his hand and was with him right before he died. But she doesn't know who that woman was.
She'll find out in 5 episodes' time.
You will. But Rose did get to say goodbye to her father. She heads off with the doctor, and that's that.
I love the ending here as well. As they're walking away and it zooms out, you can hear her off camera going, "Peter Allen Tyler, my dad, the most wonderful man in the world, died 7th of November, 1987. And that's it.
Fuck.
It's a nice way to
bookend.
Thank you. I need to say bookmark. Bookend it. And that was Father's Day.
It sure was.
So who'd like to... Well, I think because Kuchiri came back, he should go first.
Benny?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So I've always liked this episode since I've saw when I watched it. God, 14 years ago. But the thing is, it's clear that there's a lot of issues with this. The Reapers don't look good at all. The fact that in the years since, we've seen probably 2 or 3 dozen paradoxes, and nothing like this has ever happened again. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of the things where it's like, how important is this episode in the long run? it makes itself feel like it's an important canon episode, but then at the same time, there's just so much stuff that just doesn't come out of it. And yeah, we get that scene from, like at the series, series 1 finale where Rose like, I was that blonde woman who held Dad's hand, and her mom doesn't believe her after all this other crap that has gone on for 12 episodes. Like, you would think after Aliens in London, Rose could have said something like that and it'd be 1,000% believable, But yeah, that's just my thoughts. It's a good episode, but there's just a lot of things that I find wrong with it.
May I?
You may.
Yeah.
Well, Terry, of course you're entitled to your opinion, but none of that stuff bothers me in the slightest. And that's just my take. I mean, again, you're not wrong. It's just differing opinion, but I fucking love this episode. I'm unconcerned with those things, and instead I focus more on the fact that no, it's not an important canon episode, but it's a moving, heartfelt episode with some interesting imagery and themes. And it's just a tearjerker and a heartbreaker, and I really, really love it. Like, I cried like a little baby at parts of this episode. And it also really made me appreciate the Ninth Doctor a lot more, the way he has a little arc in this episode, where he's simultaneously like so caring and protective of Rose and letting her do this and trying to heal, but also like he won't hesitate to call her a fucking idiot for what she does in her impulsive decision. But also in the end, he forgives her for that impulsive decision because they have this bond, and he has that wonderful little scene with the bride and groom. It's just the Ninth Doctor's really, really good in this episode. And it's a tearjerker. Yeah, Jackie is kind of not great in it, but I see what it's trying to do with contrasting how Rose remembers Jackie remembering Pete with how she actually was, which is like, you're fucking mom and all this shit, but yeah, so maybe not the best of that, but yeah, I really, really like this episode. It's mwah, beautiful. No notes.
Okay, Kat, your thoughts?
So I have a sort of a between view of this episode. I did enjoy it for the most part, but there were definitely parts that I felt were very nitpicky. Most of it just has to do with how horrible Jackie is. The whole thing with, her father wasn't really a great guy, but in the end, it doesn't really matter just because he decided to sacrifice himself, which, 100% sacrificing yourself is a big deal. That doesn't erase who he was, though. But I have this weird position, and Kuchiri, you do not have to answer this if you don't want to. Did you grow up with your father?
He was around, but it wasn't like baseball every day kind of thing. I mean, and he'd never agreed to me
He was
playing.
distant?
Yeah, he never agreed with me playing video games or stuff like that. So
Because honestly, my father left my life when I was 3 years old, and the only times I ever met him, he brought his other family around, and he quite obviously had replaced me by that point. And I honestly think that for those who did have a father who was close to them, this is this episode has a much bigger impact than it does for people like me and Kuchiri who are a bit more distant with their fathers. And in my case, where the relationship is non existent. So for me, I 100% respect his ability to make that sacrifice, especially since it was for his daughter. But because of essentially my emotional stunting when it comes to father figures, I don't have the same emotional response. So I see all the nitpicky bits. I see all the bits that I feel are clunky or don't work. And I'm wondering if that's the biggest divide between us all. I guess the biggest question is right now, Rainiac, what did you think of it?
Okay, so I echo what Jerry said about, parts of it being clunky, that the Reapers are very goofy looking, and
That's what Kuchiri said, not Jerry.
sorry. It's been several weeks. I echo what Kuchiri said about it being goofy and clunky, and the Reapers never showing up again. Why is that? Probably because they just didn't want to bother with them. There's no infamous explanation for why. I guess maybe they just died because of what happened. It was too much for them, they just didn't exist anymore. I don't know. They're described as bacteria. Maybe the bacteria died out. But no,
maybe they just ran out of budget.
Maybe. No, that matters to me though, because at its core, this is not a story about the Reapers and clunky-looking monsters. It's about human emotions, and it does this very, very well. And human impulse is like saving people that you lost before you even had a chance to know them. And I think that Christopher Eccleston is fantastic in this. The little bits where he's chewing Rose out, but also he does care, he does understand. He does even try to make it right, although he can't in the end. I think Sean Dingwall as Pete is terrific. One of the best guest stars that Series 1 had, actually. In terms of his acting. He just nails the part of Pete Tyler. And this is one of Billie Piper's seminal episodes, I would say. For her arc as Rose. Without this, you don't get the Series 1 finale. You don't get a lot of the Rose stuff in Series 2. It's important, it's necessary, and it's done really, really well. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Glad I picked it. Sorry I made you all cry.
Well, unfortunately, I did not cry.
Sorry I made three of us cry.
I didn't cry.
Sorry I made 2 of us cry.
Yeah.
So honestly, I want to turn to the comments for this. If you're going to watch this all the way through, please watch it all the way through. Put down in the comments, if you feel comfortable with that. It could be something as simple as my dad and I didn't get along, but I would love to know if this is something that seriously divides people. If people who have had a good relationship with their father get more of the emotional aspect, while people who didn't have more of the, well, this episode is weird aspect.
If I may overshare, get real a bit. I mean, I had a decent relationship with my father, but also he's gone, so
Yeah.
that also could factor into how the end of this episode just hits me like a ton of fucking bricks.
I did. This was going to be done 2 years ago, and I took it off the docket because I thought it was way too raw.
It would have been too soon.
Yeah, way too raw.
But but I do respect the read of how the episode can be lessened due to one's emotional resonance with a father figure who has to step up given their own circumstance.
Yeah.
That I respect. That I have a little more respect for than just general plot nitpicky stuff. But when it's coming from the heart like that, I getcha.
Yeah, because we all know I am the overshare queen. I will 100% tell you guys anything you want to know about my life within certain reason. And it's my father was not a good man, not in the slightest. He was a cheater. He left us for some woman that he met over in Germany. And again, the only times I ever saw him was when he brought his other family over to come and see his mother, who I would go and spend several, Christmases, Easters, summer times, all that with, because my mother was unfortunately left a single mother at that point. So I don't care about my father, but there is some sort of a little bit of resentment there for the fact that he just basically left us. And so I'm wondering if that kind of colors my perception of Pete as well, especially with the implication that he is a cheater. Or at least Jackie thinks he's a cheater.
Yeah, it's never actually answered, but what you said, yeah, he probably was.
Kat, I don't need an... Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Kat, I don't need an answer on the podcast because we should wrap up, but I really want to pick your brain on Symphogear Season 3 and Akira Tachibana now.
Oh, God.
Given what you just said.
You brought it up, didn't you?
So speaking of Kamen Rider Black Sun earlier, so you did watch all of it?
No, it's only 8 episodes, right?
10?
10?
Is that the one on Amazon?
One of the two, yeah.
Right.
I'll have to check that out then. I actually have access to Amazon here.
Anyway,
I mean, I hear it's anti-capitalist as fuck. I could be persuaded.
It's very anti-capitalist as fuck.
I could be persuaded to take a little peek at it in the future, but before that, hey, what are we doing next time?
Well, you know because it's your pick.
I do indeed know. It is December. It is the holiday season. It's the cold season, the snowy season. So let's
Christmas
pick a.
Invasion.
No. We're gonna pick an episode that does have a little wintry theme to it. Well, the planet that they're on is very cold and wintry. And next time on Doctor Who Reviews, Tom Baker in the Rebos operation.
Okay, so this one is the Key to Time again?
The first part of the Key to Time saga, which we've been doing increasingly out of order.
Oh, so that's Romana. It's Romana 1's debut then.
It's Romana 1's debut.
Oh,
Mary Town.
interesting.
Yeah, the first Romana.
And Kat, guess who else is in the story?
Is K9 there?
He sure is.
I love it already.
A real
Merry
Christmas treat then.
Christmas. Yay!
I'm so
So,
happy.
So that's for next week. Then the Ribos operation. May I tell everyone what's going on?
oh yeah,
Where
there's a
you can
lot
find
going
us?
on.
You can find us on Twitter at Reviews Doctor, assuming the platform still exists at this point anyway. It probably will still now. I think that's all blown over. You can
Hope so.
you can find us individually at Freezing Inferno, at Rainiac the Maniac, sorry, at Concave Usurper, and at the Kuchiri. I haven't used it for a while now, but twitch.tv/Rainiac, and then for the other visits /Freezing Inferno, / the Kuchiri, and / Concave Usurper. I nearly forgot that last one.
Speaking of Twitch,
Yes,
hey
something
kids,
is happening.
it's that time of year. It's Frezno the 12th, my 12-day stream marathon of games curated by my friends and fans. I've got a lovely list this year, and yes, Kat is laughing maniacally at her and Chris's choices, but I've got a lovely little list this year, and I'm starting, as of recording tonight, the 12th of December, with Virtue's Last Reward, the Zero Escape game that I've never played. So that's going to be a fun little ride.
That is going to be wonderful because that is a great little game.
But you know,
Which one is that in the series?
That's the
the
second game.
I have
skip it then because I haven't finished the second game yet.
well, I'm starting from scratch. I'm only going to get like an hour in.
Yeah, he'll get like an hour
Oh,
or
I
two
know,
into the
but
start.
you may get into an hour that I haven't seen yet.
Ah, yeah, it's got branching paths and shit. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A lot of people
But
do
for the
think
rest,
the second one is the best of the trilogy.
I mean, I like the first one from what I remember.
Zero Time
But
Dilemma has its faults.
maybe one day we'll find out. But anyway, by the time you're listening to this, I'll have a few more games under the belt, which I'm not going to reveal on the show here. But if you want to check them out, you can head over to my YouTube page, youtube.com/freezinginfernos with an S, because the no S version was taken, or just look on Twitch for the highlights, whatever floats your fancy. And oh yeah, Rainiac, what should you buy on Amazon this holiday season for
I'm
your
glad you
friends and
asked
loved
me.
ones?
Please buy The Terror Through the Trees by Sean Dillon on Amazon.com, and Back to the 11th Hour Volumes 1 and 2 by our good friend Krista McTeer, also on Amazon.com.
Hey, speaking of Amazon.com and buying things, anything in your post box today?
Oh yes, Kat got me Pokemon Scarlet, as if she didn't.
Huh?
Yeah, a box arrived a few days ago. It was supposed to arrive on the night, but it arrived really early actually. Of Pokemon Scarlet, aka a Fuecoco plushie.
Hey, speaking of boxes, I had an interesting Friday evening. I went out for drinks, and before I left, Kat said, "Hey, Frez, check your box." I'm like, "What box?" "Your post office box." And so, since it was on the way, after I had a few drinks and had a nice night, I walked back in the moonlight. I opened my mailbox, and there's a rather large box from Amazon. And inside is this. Wow! It's her, the girl.
It's Cherith Painfurrow.
And it's wonderful because I linked it to a friend of mine, and they said, "Oh, what? Square Enix doesn't include a chair?" And I'm like, "Oh, my friend's already got me chair for my birthday."
Yeah, the long con.
Oh boy,
The long con paid off.
the long.
I was
Really?
hoping so bad you wouldn't notice the size disparity between Asuka and the chair, and thankfully you never commented on it.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I never commented on it. It's just nah.
This has been a Christmas gift 4 months in the planning, and
I appreciate the.
We literally
appreciate the
started
long
an
game.
entire Discord channel just to set up this plan.
yeah, literally,
You started-
we had to keep you out of the loop.
Of course you did.
I might invite you to it just so you can see what we've done there.
Oh, can you actually? Are you actually able to see post history when you join these?
I
things?
don't know if you can.
You really
no
needed
idea.
an entire Discord just to hatch this shit out?
Yes.
Yeah.
How complex was this? It's like a few DMs. Hey, I'm gonna send Frez a fucking arrow.
Oh
from the
no,
chair.
no, it got a lot more complex than that.
Oh, what? Is there more that I don't have yet, or what?
No. The present's done now. That's it. But
Okay, but what?
That's all you get.
unless Kat's done
Oh, yeah.
something that we don't know about, the other two of us, me and Chris.
I mean, maybe not.
Anyway, Kat. All I have to say is, I'm looking at some interesting things that may, in the near future, find themselves very far away from here.
Oh no.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm
Anyway.
glad that you like Aerith or Sheriff.
She's nice.
I've been playing through a Yakuza game 100% for the last month.
How you like that mahjong, Kuchiri?
Is this the one where the guy with the eye patch just attacks you at every opportunity? It's the best thing ever.
No, that's Yakuza Kiwami. I've been playing Judgment, which is
How
like
you
a
like that
spin-off.
mahjong?
I've learned it and I have gotten past it. I'm now stuck on VR and drone racing.
Yakuza, Mahjong.
He actually finished the mahjong. My God,
This
hard
is
game
the-
beater, y'all. Hard game beater.
Third time I finished Mahjong because I did it in
Hard game
Yakuza
beater,
0,
really?
Yakuza 6.
Friends, it's Mahjong.
Well, no. We're talking about Yakuza, where there's like specific missions you have to do while playing Mahjong.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But
and
still,
so
it's Mahjong.
but the thing is, it's like you get a list of completion stuff, and you have to just make specific hands and stuff. It's dumb. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. I plan on doing Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 after I get done with Judgment.
Those are going to be much easier games.
Yeah.
Well, since we're all here, and since I've been meaning to ask Kuchiri something anyways, hey, Kuchiri, you mentioned something before we started this whole thing. And I was meaning to ask you about that. So, obviously I can't send you a physical gift because I don't have your address yet. But, do you want Rainiac's copy of Pokemon Scarlet?
What? What?
I was going to buy you a video game anyways, and I have been searching for a specific video game to give you. And honestly, I want to know, would you like a copy of Pokemon Scarlet or Violet?
Sure.
Which one?
eBay.ca Common Rider Famicom.
Which one? She's asking you which one do you want, Scarlet or Violet?
I guess Violet's. I was going to get my if I had money, I was going to get Violet for me and my friend Scarlet, but I'll take Violet.
Excellent. Violet game rise up. We've all got Violets.
Wow. Common Rider Club Geki Totsu Shockerland for the Nintendo Famicom, $5.99.
I don't have one of those though.
I should be upset because I've cheated myself out of a video game essentially, but it's okay because I did say I'm getting Violet and I will not have the time to play Scarlet, so please don't do it.
Yes.
Honestly, like I said, I was going to give Kuchiri a nice video game gift anyways, and then before the episode actually started, I asked if he could hear my friend Chris playing Pokemon because she was playing it in the background. And so he happened to mention that he could not be able, get one of the new Pokemon. So I'm like, yes, that's my in.
So I haven't screwed myself out of a gift.
So,
No,
how
you
many,
haven't.
Good.
So how many shiny Pokemon has Chris found, Kat?
No!
I still know where you live.
Well, I know where you live, since you sent a big box of stuff for my birthday.
And I know where you live because
Do
you
you
sent me a
know where I live? Do you?
I know where you live as well because you sent me a Fuecoco plushie. Which is next.
Anyway,
it has a new address underneath the label with my address on it. So
anyway, I don't know how much of this is going to be in blooper reel or not. But say goodnight, Rainiac.
oh, we're still in the podcast. All right, good night.
Yes, we're still doing a fucking podcast.
Yes, we're still in the podcast.
I thought we had it 10 minutes
miss you
ago. I know what
guys.
you're talking about.
You didn't say goodnight, Rainiac.
I know. I thought you
Good
had
night,
a nice
Rainiac.
conversation about Christmas presents and Carmen Rider, and of course I knew we're still doing the podcast. This is all going in. Good night, Rainiac. And join us next time, whenever that will be, because I've got a very hectic life at the moment. Hell, I'm even cooking Christmas dinner this year. Help.
Oh, it's not that bad. I pretty much cooked the entirety of Thanksgiving dinner aside from a few things.
Well, I've never done it before, but it's not a turkey, it's a duck, so that's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I couldn't not do a turkey at the moment.
You know what you could do is you could combine the best of both worlds and do a turducken.
No. Absolutely not. Double the work for me? Absolutely not.
I mean, let's be fair. You're already American. Might as well cement it by making a turducken.
That was funny, so I'll let it slide. And join us next time for, what was it? Oh yeah, the Ribos Operation. Join us next time for Tom Baker starring in the Ribos Operation with Mary Tam. Until then, bye for now.
Bye, guys. I just say, wait a second. I said Rose's house is full in the second dimension, the other dimension,
Right, okay.
because
And we're going
she
again.
has
We're going
she has
again.
Matt Cress's doctor and a mom and a dad, and
Yeah, continue to shove a second. We're going again in 3, 2, 1. Now talk.
Well, now I'm not doing it.
sorry.
It wasn't even you that was talking at that time.
All right. I'm going to tell my fun fact here. 3, 2, 1.
Also, time out for a second. Frez, Kuchiri, are you still there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're there.
Just making sure because you guys have been silent for a while.
I'm waiting to make my points in between the gags.
Oh, not the goddamn impressive clergyman, Gav. Cooch.
my lodge.
Man and wife. Skip to man and wife. Man and wife.
All right,
We're
I'll
talking about
check you up on YouTube.
grief and loss, and there's nothing but memery. And
People say,
Mistakes.
what's a role in a film that was on screen less than 10 minutes but stole the show? This.